morning, everyone. The clock has hit 7 and the coffee has been promoted to essential equipment. Welcome to the Morning Brew number 1257. This is Scott in 7FGP in Jamestown, New York, where it is currently 64 degrees, getting up to a high of 92 today. It's going to be warm here in Jamestown. I have Vicky, KE8VKY, keeping me in line today. And let's see, if you want to avoid the check-in pileups, you can text your call sign in, nothing but your call sign to 716-317-9050. Or you can email your call sign to text@ecr.radio. Don't forget, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is the East Coast Reflector TechNet. If you have a question about ham radio, well, this is your chance to find an answer. So that's tonight at 8 p.m. All right, we got a few text check-ins here. Let me run through them real quick, and then we'll get the mobiles out of the way. But let's see. First of all, we have David in Toledo, Ohio. We have KJ in Charlotte, North Carolina. Elmer in Allen Park, Michigan. Herbert in Pennsylvania. Charles in Belmont, North Carolina. Bill in Woodstock, Georgia. Have Chuck in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Rod in Madison, West Virginia. Mark in Elma, New York. Greg in Quarryville, Pennsylvania. Jose in Austin, Texas. Josh in Brownsville, Texas. And we have Clark in Phoenix, Arizona. Charles in Syracuse, New York. Ray in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Zachary in St. Cloud, Florida. Let's see, where are my... Joe in Claremont, Florida. Lou in Lake Worth, Florida. Ed in Loxahatchee, Florida. Joe in Deerfield Beach. Bob in Jupiter. Paul in Lake Worth, Florida. Mark in Plymouth, Minnesota. Randall in Brownstown Township, Michigan. And at the top of the list is Wayne in New York. Well, let me give you the question of the day before we start calling for the mobile check-ins. And so the question of the day is, would you rather own a classic car or a brand new luxury car? All right, well, let's go ahead and start with the mobile stations out there. Mobile stations only. Call sign twice and slowly. Call now.
K4GDS. K4GDS mobile.
K2ZOJ.
Juliet.
K2ZOJ mobile.
Uniform Yankee. Kilo at 5. Uniform Yankee. Yeah, mobile intervals.
J5 MLC. Kilo Juliet 5. Mike Lynn Mazulu mobile.
J5 Whiskey NHH Kilo Juliet 5 November Hotel Jeremy in Conroe, Texas. Mobile.
KQ4YYN, KQ4YYN, over here mobile with Echo Link is going to have to give me my button back really quick.
Kilo Echo 2 Golf Whiskey Kilo. Kilo Echo 2 Golf Whiskey Kilo portable. All right, let me grab it here and read back who we have mobile. We have Eric, KE2GWK in Chihuahua. We have Joe in Franklin, Georgia, KQ4YYN. We have Nick in Toledo, Ohio, W8NJ2. We have Jeremy in Conroe, Texas, KJ5NHH. Tom in Watertown, New York, W2AFU is in and out. Hey, Tom, you have a great day today. Isra in Belle Chase, Louisiana. KJ5 MLZ, we have Guy in Harvey, Louisiana. KJ5GUY and Mike in Green Valley, Arizona. K2ZOJ and Gil in Orlando, Florida. K4GDS. All right, let's go to the top of the list, and we're going to start off with Elmer in Allen Park, Michigan. KB5NJU. Good morning, Elmer. And the question of the day is, would you rather own a classic car or a brand new luxury car? Elmer, over to you.
This is KB5NJU Mobile. I think I'd rather have a classic car and less things to break. Less things to fall apart, easier to maintain. Plus, a lot of those are really cool. Happy Tuesday. Have a great day, everyone. KB5NJU Mobile, back to the net.
Yeah, Elmer, they certainly were a lot easier to work on back in the day. All right, we got you down for the classic car, and let's move on to Gil in Orlando, Florida. K4GDS. I think I know what Gil's going to say. Gil, over to you. Classic or luxury car? Over to you.
Well, Scott, maybe I'll throw you for a loop on this one. And good morning, Vicky. I do love my new Tesla. You guys have all heard about that. But I've always wanted a Triumph TR3, so I'm going to go with classic. K4GDS, back to net.
Right, Gil. Yeah, you know, that actually is one of my favorite cars. I almost bought one when I was 16. Just the insurance kind of got me there. And I thought it was a great deal. My parents weren't so sure, though. All right, Gil, thanks for checking in this morning, and you have a great day. Let's go to Mike in Green Valley, Arizona. K2ZOJ. Good morning, Mike.
K2ZOJ. Good morning, Scott and Vicky. I have to go with a classic. My very first and probably favorite classic car was a 1968 Mustang GT Fastback, also known as the Bullet car. It was the same color. I had cars from the 60s when I was an early driver, but the Mustang was the one that set the world on fire for me. And I'd love another one, except for I don't think I'd ever get it for $700 like I did the first one. Everybody have a great day. And 73 scale, back to the net. This is K2ZOJ.
Yeah, the Bullet car. I remember that movie. Steve McQueen. And yeah, you're right. I wish I would have kept some of my old cars. All right, thanks for checking in this morning, Mike. Let's move on to Guy in Harvey, Louisiana, KJ5GUY. Good morning, Guy. And what will it be, classic car or brand new luxury car? Over to you.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew crew. KJ5GUI here, mobile. Definitely classic car for me. Definitely. Number one choice of that, I think, would probably be, I'm thinking like a 67, probably a 67, maybe a 68 Chevy Chevette. If I can't get any of those, then I'll just settle for a 1970 Daytona Dodge Daytona. Back to you, Net Control. Everybody have a great day. KJ5GUI.
All right, Guy. Thanks for checking in this morning. And my cousin had one of those Chevelles. Oh, man, that was a fast car. All right, Guy. Thanks for checking in this morning. And let's move to Ezra in Belle Chase, Louisiana. KJ5MLZ. Good morning, Ezra.
KJ5MLZ. Good morning, Scott, Vicky, everybody on the crew. Oh man, I'm gonna go with a Cadillac, 60, 70 model Cadillac. Back to you, Net Control. It's KJ5MLZ.
All right. right, Ezra. My aunts and uncles, that's all they would drive were those big old Cadillacs, and that was about the time frame. So thanks for checking in, Ezra. You have a great day. Let's try Jeremy in Conroe, Texas, KJ5NHH. Good morning, Jeremy.
Hey, good morning to you too, Scott. And Ricky over there doing the log. Everybody out there on the net, good morning. It is 77 degrees in Conroe, Texas right now, and some heavy rain on the way. I would answer the question, I would probably normally say neither, because I don't like driving cars. I feel like my butt's skipping off the ground. I've been driving trucks since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, but if I was going to own a car, I'm definitely going classic and probably going with the 57 Ford Mustang cherry red with a white convertible top and white leather seats. That would be the only classic car I'd want. Back to you, Net. Y'all have a blessed day. 73. This is KJ5NHH.
All right, Jeremy, we've got you down with the classic. Thanks for checking in this morning, and have a great day. Let's go to Nick in Toledo, Ohio, W8NJT. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, everybody on the net. As a dealership parts manager, I'm doubling down classic. The thing I want to do is a 70s C10 truck, lower it down, throw some power at it, have some good fun. W8NJT, back in that control.
All right, Nick, I've got you down with the classics. Thanks for checking in this morning, and have a great day. Let's go to Joe in Franklin, Georgia, KQ4YYN. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Mr. It seems like we just talked just a few hours ago. Classic car, definitely 68, 69, 96, 4-speed. Maybe the same for a Chevrolet Camaro with the same engine, 4-speed, and highway headlights. Barracudas. Any Dodge has got a 440 Magnum in it. Any of those cars. Smokey, oh, good Lord. Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am, even though it wasn't as fast car as it appeared to be on TV, that's still a beautiful looking car. Tried to buy one in 1977, 78, whenever. $10,000, about $3,000 or $4,000 more than a comparable equipped Camaro Z28. Back to you, sir. KQ4YYN. Good morning, Miss Vicky.
Yeah, Joe, those are all great cars, I tell you. I would love to have any one of them. All right, thanks for checking in this morning, and you have a great day. Let's try Eric in Cheektowaga, New York, KE2GWK. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody else on the Brew crew this morning. It definitely put me down in the classic car category. It's always been one of my dreams to have something like that. So, with that, send it back to the net, K2GWK.
All right, Eric, we got you down for a classic car. This is Scott in 7FGP along with Vicky, KE8VKY. This is the Morning Brew for Tuesday, July 14th. All right, let's get up to the top of the text check-ins here and get those going. Let's start off with Wayne in Belmore, New York, KC2NJV. Good morning, Wayne. And Wayne, would you rather have a classic car or a brand new luxury car? Over to you.
Crew. I really don't give a big care one way or the other. I just want a car that works and is low cost and maintenance. So, what is an idea?
All right, Wayne. Wayne. Yeah, working car is very important. All right, thanks for checking in, and you have a great day, Wayne. Let's go to Randall in Brownstown Township, Michigan, K8 UFM. Good morning, Randall.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicki, and good morning to the rest of the Brew crew. For me, that would be a vintage classic Bronco. So, classic car for me. With that said, this is K8UFM, back to net control, and everyone have an outstanding Tuesday.
All right, Randall, we've got you down for a classic car. Thanks for checking in, and have a great day. And let's check on Mark there in Plymouth, Minnesota. N0 CKV. Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Scott, Vicki, Al, rest of the Brew crew, everybody else on the net. I'm going to be an exception. I'd rather have the luxury car. My dad had a Model T and a 64 Ford Mustang. I saw some of the headaches he went through to get parts. Everybody have a great Tuesday and a great rest of the week. And 0 CKV back to net.
All right, Mark, we've got you heading up that luxury car column. Thanks for checking in. Have a great day. Let's try Paul in Lake Worth, Florida, KG4GOQ. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Scott, and good morning, Vicki and the Brew crew. I would put me down for a classic. I would probably take the classic over the new car. It just kind of runs in the blood. My dad was a big antique car collector. So. Back to the net. This is KG4GOQ in Palm Springs, Florida.
All right, we've got you down for the classic car. Let's go to Bob in Jupiter, Florida, KA4RAK. Good morning, Bob.
I'd much rather be with a new modern car, and I don't really drive that much anymore because my Tesla does all the driving for me. So have a great day, and have a great rest of the week. KA4RAK.
Well, Bob, I'm not quite sure I'm ready for a self-driving car yet, although it would be darn cool, I think. All right, thanks for checking in this morning, and let's head out to Joe in Deerfield Beach, Florida, N3SQR. Hey, Joe, how are you today, and what will it be, classic or luxury car? Over to you.
Well, good morning, Scotty. Thanks for beaming me up, and good morning, Vicki and everyone else on the Brew. I have a boat, so I drive a truck with a V8. But, Scott, I'm just betting if you give me a Rolls-Royce Phantom, I bet you I can get a bumper hitch on that rascal. What do you think? N3SQR, back to net control.
Well, you might even be able to put a roof rack on it. Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, thanks, Joe. Thanks for checking in. Let's go to Ed in Loxahatchee, Florida, K4POI. Good morning, Ed.
Morning, Scott, Al, and Vicki, the Brew crew. I've had my share of classic cars. I'd have to go with a luxury car. K4POI, back to you, Scott.
You know, the new luxury cars probably have better air conditioning in them, and you need that there in Florida. All right, let's try Lou in Lake Worth, Florida, KA4EPS. Good morning, Lou.
Good morning, Scott. KA4EPS, Lake Worth. I love luxury cars. And however, the Classic is free from all of the spyware, looking at your driving habits and all that. So it's a tough call, but I think I'll probably stick with the modern car, KA4 EPS Clear.
All right, Lou, we've got you with the new modern car. Thanks for checking in this morning and have a great day. Let's try Joe in Claremont, Florida, KM4 WZD. Good morning, Joe.
Hey, good morning, Scott. Good morning to the crew. You can put me down for Classic. You can definitely make the case to talk about reliability. You can talk about parts availability. You can talk about the cost. Yeah, I still want a Corvair, 65, second generation. Put me down for Classic, if you would. Everybody take care. 7-3, it's KM4 WZD. Back to net.
The Corvair, my mom had one of the first cars I remember her having when I was growing up. Thanks for checking in, Joe, and have a great day. Let's try Zachary in St. Cloud, Florida, KI6 KQO. Good morning, Zachary. How are you today, and what will it be, classic or a luxury car? Over to you.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew crew. Go ahead and put me down for a classic. I wouldn't mind owning a 57 Chevy Nomad. Have a blessed day. Back to you, Scott, KI6 KQO.
All right, Zachary, we've got you down for the classic car. Ray in Beaver, Pennsylvania, N3DQD. Good morning, Ray.
Morning, Scott, Vicky, Al, the rest of the crew in there this morning. I would have to say a modern luxury car. Back to the N3DQD.
All right, Ray, I've got you down for the modern luxury car. Thanks for checking in and have a wonderful afternoon. Charles in Syracuse, New York, KD2YUY. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, Scott, and everybody listening in on the Brew this morning. Put me down for something new. That way it comes with a warranty. 73, all back to net control, KD2YUY.
All right, Charles, I've got you down with the newer luxury car. Thanks for checking in and have a great day. Clark in Phoenix, Arizona, KK7DY. Good morning, Clark.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew crew. I would rather own a brand new luxury car. After 10 years of owning a Volkswagen thing, I'm entitled to heated seats in these brutal Phoenix winters. Back to net control, KK7DY.
I always wanted to have a thing there, Clark. I think those are the coolest Volkswagens. All right, thanks for checking in and have a great day. Let's go to Josh in Brownsville, Texas. Oh, it's Josue. Let me get that right. KX9BBY. Good morning, Josue.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, Al, the rest of the Brew crew. From Brownsville already, 81 degrees. It's going to be a hot day here. If I had the money to invest, I would probably go with the classic one. And the American mades, I think I would prefer the Chevy 3.5. This is KX9BBY, back to net control. Good morning, everybody.
All right, Josue, thanks for checking in this morning, and we got you down with the classic car. Let's go to Jose in Austin, Texas, KJ5MEL. Good morning, Jose.
Good morning, good morning. But at my age, unless, or contrary to my predecessor there, my buddy Josue, I would rather have a luxury car. I need to be comfortable and fine in these mature days. God bless you all. Thank you, Vicky, Scott, Al, for running the net. Thank you to the whole team. Have a great Tuesday. Bless you.
All right, Jose, I got you down with the luxury car. Thanks for checking in this morning. Greg in Quarryville, Pennsylvania, KB3EYR. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, Scott, Al, Vicky, everybody on the Brew Crew this morning. This is KB3EYR, and I'm going with a classic. Back to net control.
All right, Greg, I've got you down with the classic car. Thanks for checking in this morning. Let's go to team member Mark in Elma, New York, KE2EDS. Good morning, Mark. And what's it going to be, classic or luxury? Over to you.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, Brew Crew. I would go with the classic muscle car. That's what I would go. And again, Vicky, great job on the magazine. I am not through it all, but again, an awesome job. This is KE2EDS, back to the net.
All right, Mark, I've got you down with the classic muscle car. Thanks for checking in and have a great day. Let's try Rod in Madison, West Virginia, WD8 KOB. Good morning, Rod.
This is WD8 KOB. Well, good morning, Ned. Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. And I'll go with the classic anytime. Have a great day. Thank you for running the net. WD8 KOB.
Well, thank you for being out there, Rod. You have a great day. Thanks for checking in. Chuck in Newcastle, Pennsylvania, W3CVE. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody on the Brew there. I'm a classic car person there. With that, have a great day. W3CVE.
All right, Chuck, I've got you down in the classic column. Thanks for checking in. Bill in Woodstock, Georgia, KI4EGQ. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and all the Brew Crewers out there on this Tuesday morning. I would rather I think I'd have a classic car. I was up in a small town in Georgia a couple of weekends ago up in the mountains, and they had a car club rally, and a fellow with a 68 GTO with a, catalog book of all his, original receipts and, matching serial numbers and Hearst shifter, beautiful machine. And he started it up for me, and it was like listening to a symphony, the just big rumble-throated V8. Can't beat that. KI4EGQ, back to you.
Yeah, boy, those GTOs were great cars back in the day, that's for sure. Thanks for checking in this morning, Bill, and you have a wonderful day today. Charles in Belmont, North Carolina, KR4AEG. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, everybody on the Brew. I would go with the classic.
I would rather have the classic than anything modern. KR4 back to net control. All right, Charles, I got you in the classic column. Thanks for checking in and have a great day. Herbert in West Mifflin, Pennsylvania, KC3 UUK. Good morning, Herbert.
Good morning to everybody on the net. This is KC3UUK, Herbert in West Mifflin. Put me down for a classic. Give me something with a 4-barrel carburetor and some glass packs, and I'll be set. Take me back to my youth. And with that being said, everybody have a blessed and safe day. Enjoy the weather. KC3UUK. I am clear. 73.
Yeah, I haven't heard glass packs for a while. All right, thanks for checking in this morning. Let's try KJ in Charlotte, North Carolina, KQ4UXJ. Good morning, KJ.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew crew. This is KJ in Charlotte. We're the temperature of 71, looking for a high of 87 today. And I will have to go with the luxury, brand new luxury, like the Lexus LS or Lexus LX. Got to have that navigation, lane assist, heated seats, navigation. Who could beat that, you know? KQ4UXJ back to net.
All right, KJ, we got you down with luxury car. Thanks for this morning. And this is Scott in 7FGP along with Vicky KE8VKY. And this is the morning. Let's see, moving on down the list, we have David in Toledo, Ohio, KF8GTW. Good morning, David.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew crew. So the car that I almost bought and didn't buy and wish I had was a 1972 Opel GT. It was pearl white and glowed under the moonlight. And yeah, that's the car I still want, so I'll go with classic. Back to net.
Oh, yeah, I remember those too. Back in my high school years, those were cars I wanted. I wanted a little sports car. Of course, I couldn't get in one now, but anyhow, thanks for checking in this morning, and let's try Daryl there in Lubbock, Texas, KC5CZX. Good morning, Daryl.
Well, good morning, Scott and everybody else on the morning brew. I guess I'm going to go with the modern day cars, new luxury. Don't know how to work on either one, so might as well take the one that I can easily drive. Back to that, KC5CZ.
All right, Daryl. Yeah, I can't fix either one of them either, so there is that. All right, thanks for checking in. We have some more text check-ins here. Let me read through them real quick, and then we're going to get some radio check-ins. Let's see, we have Gary in Woodhaven, Michigan, Jim in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We have Jeff in Rochester Hills, Michigan, Richard in Sumter, South Carolina, Bob in Ecorse, Michigan. We have Craig in Oakland Park, Florida, Donald in Madison Heights, Michigan, Bob in Leesburg, Florida, team member Randy in West Seneca, New York, Anthony in Etka, New Jersey. We have Carlos in Hollywood, Florida, Don also in Hollywood, Florida. We have Bill in Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Bill. We have Leo in Fort Lauderdale and Roy in Blasdale, New York. All right, let's get some more radio check-ins here. If you would like to check into the Morning Brew today, the question of the day is, would you rather own a classic car or a brand new luxury car? We just need your call sign twice and slowly. Try to spread it out a little bit. Please call now.
Kilo JJ, KJ5, Kilo JJ, KJ5, Kilo JJ.
Jim, Xenia, Ohio.
KO4 EAF.
505 Tango Mobile, WB5 TT.
In and out.
Put me down for
W8 WHK, W8 WHK.
November 5. DOS. November 5. Charlie, Hotel Pop.
In and out.
GCT, KC2, GCT, in and ABK.
X-ray, Bravo, in and out. Kilo, Juliet 5. Delta, X-ray, Bravo, in and out. Good morning.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Victor Alpha 3, Romeo Foxtrot, pedestrian mobile.
November 8, Romeo Echo Juliet. November 8, Romeo Echo Juliet. In and out this morning. Thank you.
Kilo Echo 9, Echo Sierra Tango, in and out. KE9 EST, in and out.
All right, let me tell you who we have here. There was some big pileups there at the beginning, so I'm going to read back this list, and if I didn't call you, then I'll have you give your call sign one more time. Let me get these in and outs first. We have Scott in Eagle, Wisconsin, KE9EST, Robert N8REJ. We have Frank in Sugarland, Texas, KJ5DXB. Samuel in Cape Vincent, KC2GCT. Looks like you're new to the system. Chris in Beaumont, Texas, WB5ITT. We have Leonard in Margate, Florida, KO4EAS. Those are all in and outs, and y'all have just a great day today. And let's see who else is here now. All right. So we also have Vern in Ontario, Canada, VA3CRF. We have Mary in Easton, PA, KB3VPK. Chuck in Sugarland, Texas, N5CHB Mobile. We have Bill in Northport, Florida, W8WA. And let's see, that was who we picked out of that list. If you just tried to check in and we didn't call your call sign, go ahead and let's try it again. Please call now.
KE2DOS, KE2DOS, mobile, I'm in and out. Thanks for being there.
Whiskey 5,
KE8, Kilo Victor Alpha.
Kilo 9er, Tango Juliet Sierra, K9 TJS, in and out.
EKC, KR4, CKC.
Alrighty here, let me grab it here. We had a couple of questions there. Let's see, there was a station KB1KP. We're not quite sure of the call sign. Can you, if that's your call sign or very similar, can you come back and correct us? KB1KP.
KB1KPM, Kilo Bravo 1, Kilo Papa Mike.
All right. All right, we've got you there, our KB1KPM. All right, let's see. Also, just came in by the text line was Mike, W4 WHOO. Let's see. So we also picked up Bill in the Villages, KR4CKC. We have Thomas in Margate, Florida, K9TGTJS, who is in and out. Thank you for checking in today, Thomas. And we have James in Xenia, Ohio, KE8UVA, Art, KB1KPM, in Wimberley, Texas, W5WLH. And Vincent, KE8DOS, who's in and out. Have a great day, Vincent. We have Scott. All right, I already got those there. All right, so let's go to some of these mobile stations here. Let me find where I'm at here. All right. Hey, it's going to be Chuck in Sugar Land, Texas, N5 CHP. Good morning, Chuck. How are you today? And would you rather own a classic car or a brand new luxury car? Over to you, Chuck.
Scott, morning, Brew Crew. Driving to work in the Houston monsoons this morning. Great question. My heartstrings say classic. My practical side says something new and nice, but you only live once, so I'm going to check the classic box. Have a great day, Scott. Thanks for running. Thanks, Vicky. N5 CHB.
All right, Chuck. Thanks for checking in this morning. You have a great day today. Try to stay dry. Let's go to Leo in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, K4ITA. Good morning again, Leo. How are you today? And would you rather own a classic car or a brand new luxury car? Over to you.
Good morning. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky and all. Long time we don't talk, eh? Great net yesterday. Good job, guys. Good morning, everybody from the beautiful Fort Lauderdale. I leave the weather to Carlos. You know something about weather, Carlos. Ciao, Carlos. And I like new cars, electric only. Like the one I'm driving right now, the Ford Mustang Mach-E, but the GT model, two motors, two batteries. It's not a car, it's a rocket. Everybody, a great day. K4ITA.
All right, Leah. Well, you rock it there safely today. Have a great day. And let's see, more mobile stations here. Let's see, next mobile station is going to be Vern in Ontario, Canada. VA3 CRF. Good morning, Vern. How are you today? And would you rather own a classic car or a brand new luxury car? Over to you.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody on the net. Thanks for picking me up. Looks like we're going to have our hottest day of the year today, so that's a good day to stay cool. Scott, I've never had either. I think I'd probably go with the new luxury car just because some of the safety features that are on there and some of the electric are kind of appealing as well. All right, Scott, thanks for doing it. Hope everyone has a good day and definitely stay cool. VA3 CRF.
All right, Vern, yeah. New luxury car, not to mention that they have good AC. All right, thanks for checking in this morning, and have a great day. Let's see where we're at here. All right, let's go to the top of the list here, and that's going to start off with Roy in New York, KA8BYU. Good morning, Roy, and the question of the day, would you rather own a classic car or a brand new luxury car? Over to you.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew. KA8BYU. Yeah, with the classic. I had so many cool cars that my dad had when I was growing up. And my first one was a 1962 Rambler American Classic that my aunt and uncle gave me for my 16th birthday. I'd like to have that car back again. That was a tank, battleship gray,
It's just a good car. The only thing was it didn't want to start when it rained because it had that flathead 6 motor. You had to pull the plugs and dry them off and everything, and then reinstall them with a shot of start down the plug hole to get the thing to fire up. But it was definitely a tank, and it ran super good, and didn't use much gas. Back to you.
Oh, yeah, Roy, those Ramblers were definitely classics. But, I don't even think you can get to the plugs on most cars anymore. It's a little difficult. All right, thanks for checking in this morning, and have a great day. Let's move on to Bill in Dunnville, Ontario. VA3 YABS. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, good morning, Scott and Vicki and everybody on the Brew Crew. As much as I love the old cars, I love looking at them, going to car shows, taking pictures of them. As much as I love them, I think I'd go with a modern luxury car. Or if I was going modern, I'd probably go with a modern pickup truck of some sort. Anyway, great question. Thanks for doing that, Scott. VA3 YBS. Back to you.
All right, Bill, we've got you down with the modern luxury car. Thanks for checking in this morning, and this is Scott in 7FGP in Jamestown, New York, and this is the Morning Brew. All right, let's move on down the list, and next we have Don in Hollywood, Florida, W4 PPX. Good morning, Don. Well, let's try Don one more time in Hollywood, Florida, W4 PPX. All right, well, let's move on down the list, and next is Carlos in Hollywood, Florida, N1 CBM. Good morning, Carlos.
Morning, Scott, Vicki, Al, everybody. It's cloudy, high clouds here in the Fort Lauderdale area. 79 is poised to go to 92. I own a modern car, and although the convenience features cannot be overstated, they're nice and super comfy. My bucket list has a line that calls for owning a classic car. So I'm after a 1967 GTO or 1968 GT500 Mustang, Shelby Mustang. Someday I'll put my hands on one of those and keep it in the garage for a week. So it's classic for me, and 1 CBM. Back to you, Scott.
All right, Carlos. Yeah, those are both great cars. I remember them all too well. That means I'm old, I guess. That means I'm classic. All right, let's move to Anthony in Atco, New Jersey, W2 AJV. Good morning, Anthony.
Yes, good morning, W2 AJV. I will take a classic car, W2 AJV. Thank you to all the team for all the good work you do, Control Ops, and a special thank you to Vicki. W2 AJV, back to net 7-3.
All right, Anthony, I've got you down for a classic car, and yes, Vicki does a lot of stuff for us. Thanks, and she does it wonderfully, too. Let's move to team member Randy in West Seneca, New York, W2 RBC. Good morning, Randy. And would you rather own a classic car or a brand new luxury car?
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everyone at Morning Brew. I would rather have a new luxury car. The warranty service makes it an easy choice. Scott, you did a great job on the night shift net last night. Back to net control, 73 to all, W2, RBC.
Well, thank you very much there, Andy. And I've got you down with the luxury car. Thanks for checking in. Let's go to Bob in Leesburg, Florida. W3, ICQ. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Vicky. Yep, I'll go for the brand new car. W3 ICQ. Back to you.
Right, Bob, I've got you down with the brand new car. Thanks for checking in this morning. Donald in Madison Heights, Michigan. W8RCY. Good morning, Donald.
Good morning, Scott. This is Vicky. Al lurking in the background. I would like a luxury car, but I would rather prefer a classic. A early 1960s Lincoln Continental with the suicide doors. The back doors that open up in reverse. That would be my dream car. So the classic 60s Continental with suicide doors. Everybody have a great day. Stay cool. It's going to be a hot one up here in Michigan. W8RCY. Thank you.
Oh yeah, Donald. I remember those. Cars, the suicide doors. Didn't they make a Thunderbird kind of? Maybe not. I don't know. Anyhow, Donald, thanks for checking in. I've got you down. Let's go to Craig in Oakland Park, Florida. K4 MMX. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning, everybody. Well, as much as I love the classic cars, I used to have one a long time ago. Reality is you wind up fixing them most of the time, or like in my case, it was kind of modifying performance and everything. I have a luxury car, but the first thing I do is neuter the cell radio. Don't want Progressive Insurance watching everything I do, and definitely turn my phone off when I'm driving it. K4 MMX, back to net.
Oh, right, Craig. Thanks for checking in this morning. And yeah, I had classic cars back when they were actually the luxury car. All right, thanks for checking in, and have a great day. Let's go to Bob in Ecorse, Michigan. KQ8U. KQ8U. Bob, over to you.
Morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. It's going to be a classic car for me. Next, I got a couple of them. Everybody have a great day. Stay cool. KQ8U, back to that.
All right, Bob. Thanks for checking in this morning, and you have a great day. Let's go to Richard in Sumter, South Carolina, in for RSM. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning, crew. Put me down for a classic car, but I'd like to have AC in that car. Back to you.
Yeah, AC has become a necessity. At least in my life it has. All right, thanks for checking in this morning, and have a wonderful day. Jeff in Rochester Hills, Michigan. KEASMN. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning to the Brew Crew from KE8SMN. Put me down for classic all the way. They were just so cool back in the day. KE8, back to net.
All right, Jeff. I'm down with the classic car. Thanks for checking in. Jim in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, NW4Q. Good morning, Jim.
Classic. Thanks.
right, Jim, I've got you down in that classic car. Have a great day. Gary in Woodhaven in N8 ZFH. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew Crew, and please put me down for classic. And you are indeed correct. My parents had a 1968 suicide door Thunderbird. Please check me in and out, N8 ZFH, back to net.
All right, Gary. Yeah, you know, I thought that they made a four-door with the doors on it. But anyhow, great. Thanks for checking in this morning, and have a wonderful day. How about Greg in Purvis, Mississippi, KJ5LJJ? Good morning, Greg.
Something Dallas. How are you? We're steering assist, our cruise control that talk to you, telling you that object in the road. You in control. This is Greg, KJ5LJJ.
Yeah, I think the only car I would want talking to me would be Kit. Yeah, that's an old TV show. Anyhow, thanks, or My Mother's the Car. There's that one, too. All right, Greg, thanks for checking in this morning. Have a great day. Let's go to James in Xenia, Ohio, KE8UVA. Good morning, James.
Good morning. As far as the classic car or modern, we tow a RV, so I'd prefer to have a truck for the new truck for that. But for the car, I would love to have my old 1960 T-Bird back. We just love that sucker. So that would be it. Everybody on the net 73s, have a good day.
Oh, yeah, James, that is a classic for sure. All right, thanks for checking in, and you have a great day. Let's go on to Bill in North Fort Myers, Florida, W8 WHK. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning. The sun just came up over the trees here across the street, 75 degrees. Looks like it's going to be a wonderful Tuesday. Let's see. I prefer a brand new luxury car. Over the years, owning used cars and old cars, all the work that goes into them. Now, some people like doing that, but I like driving around and something keeps running. Alrighty, back to you, 7-3s everyone, and Vicky, and doing a great job. WHK, back to net control, 7-3.
All right, Bill, thanks for checking in this morning, and yeah, newer cars are definitely a lot less work. Well, I think most of the time, anyhow. All right, let's move on to Mary in Easton, Pennsylvania, KB3 VPK. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, everyone on the net. If we're going to dream, I shall dream big. I already have classic cars, a 19 Ford Pinto drag car and a 1967 Comet Mercury. So I'm going to go with the modern sport luxury roadster Bugatti. Get me that Bugatti Mistral. It's a convertible. Takes it to the wind. I'll take one of those. Back to net control. KB3 VPK. Luxury sport. That's what I want. 7-3.
All right, Mary, I I've got you down with the luxury sport car. Thanks for checking in this morning, and those are pretty fancy cars. Thanks. Let's see. Move on down to Lee in Wimberley, Texas. W5WLH. Good morning, Lee.
Good morning, Brew Crew. I'm currently on both, and so my answer would be it depends on the day of the week. So for Saturday and Sunday, I'm all about the classic car. Work on it Saturdays, drive on Sundays. The rest of the time, I want my luxury. Air conditioning, drive itself, the whole 9 yards. Whiskey 5 Whiskey Lima Hotel, back to net control.
Oh, yeah, good point there. Classic on the weekends and luxury to go to work in. All right, you have a great day, and that's going to do it for me. So I want to thank everybody for being out there. Thank Vicki for logging for me, KE8VKY. This is Scott, N7FGP, and I'm sending it over to Al. Good morning, Al, and it's all yours.
Thank you, Scott. Good morning, everybody. This is Al, KABAC, along with Vicky, KABKY, across the field from me there, logging, keep me out of trouble. I think we left off with KB1, KPM, right? I think so. Still with Art in West Haven, Connecticut. Question of the day. Would you rather own a classic car or a brand new luxury car? That's a decent question. I'd rather own a classic luxury car, a 1972 Cadillac Eldorado convertible, for me. That's just me, though. KB1, KPM. Good morning, Art.
Morning. Yeah, I thought I was left out in the shuffle here. Put me down for classic cars. I used to have a 66 Chevelle Super Sport 396 big block car there. So, all right, put me down for the classic car. KB1 KPM, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Art. Yeah, I miss my 70 Chevelle. It's one of the cars I miss the most. Let's see, we had K9TJS. Thomas, Margate, Florida, was in and out. Thanks, Thomas. Let's go with KR4 CKC Bill in the Villages, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Al, the rest of the brew. Put me down for classic. Mid-60s Chevy, my car. KR4 CKC, you all have a great day.
All righty, thank you, Bill. Have a wonderful day. We got a whole bunch of text check-ins creeping in here. We got K6AAN, Mike, Valley Springs, California. K8YDR, Chip, Marysville, Michigan. KD3AJN, Anna, in Beaver, Pennsylvania. K2AP, Joe, in East Islip, New York. W4RHC, Ariel, Alachua, Florida. We know he's out there driving around, so we'll get Ariel in a minute here. KQ4STK, Gary, in Winter Garden, Florida. N2FYA, John, in Mystic, Connecticut. KI5PMI, Bill, in Hobbs, New Mexico. And W4HOO, Michael, in Richmond, Virginia. Before we do anything else, let's get a hold of Ariel here. W4RHC, Ariel, would you rather own a classic car or a brand new luxury car? Good morning. W4RHC, Ariel, are you with us? All right, he might have had to make a stop, so we'll get back with him in a bit. Okay, so let's add on to this list. Anybody, anywhere, come to your call signs twice and slowly.
Oscar 4, Foxtrot, Bravo Mike. Kilo Oscar 4, Foxtrot, Bravo Mike. Good morning. Kilo, Quebec 4, Oscar, Romeo Kilo, KQ4, ORK in the mobile.
Kilo Foxtrot 4, Oscar Uniform Papa, KF4 OUP, coming into the Echo Link mobile.
N2BH, N2BH.
November 4.
Charlie 5, Charlie Papa Oscar.
November 4,
KC5,
Hotel Echo.
W2, W2KJV.
NHLN, November, Hotel Lima, November.
Whiskey Echo 2 Alpha.
Whiskey Echo
Whiskey
Bravo
Echo 2
N1
Alpha.
WEB. K9XOK, K9XOK.
November 5, Alpha Bravo November. November 5, Alpha Bravo November.
QMM, KO4QMM.
Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet, VA3, KPJ, in and out.
Well, that's a pretty good little list. Let's go with it. First of all, good morning, Jinsuk. KTJ, he's in and out. Have a good day. From the bottom up, we got KO4, QMM, Roger. And Umatilla, Florida, he must be home. We had the Roger cam going when I first got into the Zoom room. We had N5ABM, Victor, Chandler, Oklahoma. K9XOK, Pat, Northbrook, Illinois. N1, WEB, Webb, Collierville, Tennessee. WE2A, Pat, Chamont, New York. N8HLN, Mike, Grosse Pointe, Michigan. W2KJV, Tony, Homestead, Florida. KC5CPO, Dave in Burleson, Texas. N4RHE, Roger in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. KY4NB, Scott, Memphis, Tennessee. N2BH, Bill, Elmira, New York, one of our team members here. KF4OUP, Byron in Cape Coral, Florida. KQ4ORK, Barry in Apopka, Florida. And KO4FBM, Jose in St. Cloud, Florida. All right, reminder question of the day, would you rather own a classic car or a brand new luxury car? Let's see if Ariel's back with us. W4RHC, Ariel, are you with us? W4RHC, Ariel, are you back with us yet? Not hearing anything. Let's go down to Barry in Apopka. KQ4ORK. Good morning, Barry.
Good morning to everybody on the crew, and thanks for picking me up. Definitely classic for me. Something to work on if I want to, and it won't spy on me. Back to net control, 73. Everybody have a great week. KQ4ORK in the mobile.
All right, thank you, Barry. And yeah, they were a lot easier. All right, let's jump up to the top of the list and work our way down. W4HOO, Michael in Richmond, Virginia. Good morning.
Hey, it's W4HOO. Good morning, Al, and everybody on the net. Just wanted to start by saying congratulations to Scott and Vicky on kicking off the inaugural night shift last night. It was really fun to join that net. And to answer the question of the day, I really miss my first car in high school was a 1962 Chevrolet Impala two-door sedan, two-tone. And I really missed that car. It had a bench seat in the front and the bench seat in the back, and you could get 8 high school kids in that car at one time with no problem at all. And I don't know why people were saying they would need the air conditioning. Mine came with air conditioning. It was model 255, two open windows at 55 miles an hour. And if you needed to go max there, you just took those two little vent windows and spun around backwards and got the extra air coming through. So 73, back to net, W4HOO.
All righty. Thank you, Michael. Have a good day. How about KI5 PMI Bill in Hobbs, New Mexico? Good morning.
Good morning, Al, everybody on the Brew. I believe I'd like to have a luxury car. Everybody wants a classic until it comes time to work on old carburetors. So, yeah, put me down for a luxury car. Hope everyone has a great day. KI5 PMI, back to that.
Yep, carburetor rebuilds, man. I've done enough of those in my day. How about N2FYA, John in Mystic, Connecticut? Good morning.
Everyone, yeah, I'd like to have a luxury car. The old cars, I've had them in the past, and time to move on, I guess. But my answer, you can put me down for a luxury car. Back to net control. Everyone have a good rest of the week.
All right, thank you, John. You too, buddy. How about TK Gary, Winter Garden, Florida? Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, all. I definitely will like a classic car. I don't like the spyware. I don't like the automatic handling. As a matter of fact, I haven't come to terms with automatic transmission yet, so classic car for me. 7-3, everyone. KQ4 STK, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Gary. Have a good day. Next up, A2AP, Joe over in East Islip, New York. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Al. Good morning, Vicky, and everybody on the Brew Crew. I would have to go for a luxury car, a new luxury car, because of Ralph Nader's book, Unsafe at Any Speed for Old Cars. I love looking at them, but I don't think I would want to have one. It's 73 degrees. It's a nice day in East Islip. Have a good day, everyone. K2AP, back to net.
All right, thank you, Joe. Have a good day. Next up, KD3, AJN, Anna in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning, Al, and everyone else in there this morning. How about a luxury car? Everyone have a great day. 83 AJN.
All right, thank you, Anna. Have a wonderful day. Next up, K8YDR, Chip in Marysville, Maryland. Good morning.
Good morning, Al, and rest of the Brew Crew this morning. I'm classic all the way, and specifically I miss my dad's 1968 Chevelle Super Sport with a 396 big block in the 4-barrel Harley car. And I think he had cherry bombs on for the muffler system on the back of that thing, but it was a classic all the way. So back to net control, K8YDR.
Yep, 68 Chevelle with a rat motor. Gotta love them. Nothing sounds quite like that. How about K6AAN, Mike in Valley Springs? Good morning, Mike.
Well, now, everybody on the net, take the luxury for me. Nice little Lexus or something like that would be nice. Too hot in this part of the state to drive around in something with no AC, and I'm pretty tired of working on cars. Back to net control, K6AAN.
All righty, got you down for a luxury car. How about Jose, St. Cloud, Florida, KO4FBM? Good morning.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, and the rest of the morning brew. I would say for both. I own a 1971 Chevy Nova Super Sport, and I was Chevy Silverado, the Trail Boss one, in blue color, metallic blue. Back to you, sir, 73.
And life's short, drive them all. Have a good day. KF4 OUP Byron in Cape Coral, Florida. Good morning.
Well, good morning to everyone on the Brew Crew. This is KF4 OUP in cloudy Cape Coral, Florida right now. I'm going to go ahead and go with the new car. I've had my share of classic cars, and the oldest one I've owned was a Volkswagen Beetle, 1954, with the oval split windows in the back and the hand signals on the taillights. And, I've had my share of them. When I tell you share of them, with a share of them, I used to restore them. And back to net. Good morning, guys.
All righty, thank you, Byron. Have a good day. This is Al, KABAC, along with Vicky, KABKY, logging for me and keep me under control here. Let's go to one of our team members, Bill, in Palmyra, New York, N2BH. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, Scott, everybody. Give me some old vent windows. I'll take a classic, and there's so many to list. N2BH.
All righty, got you down for a classic. Next up, KY4NB, Scott in Memphis, Tennessee. Good morning, Scott.
Well, good morning, Al, and everybody on the Brew Crew and Hot Web out there in Collierville. Got to learn to say Collierville correctly there from this area. Anyway, I'll do a classic car. How about that? And maybe one of those old caddies like Elvis drove where you combine both classic and luxury. KY4NB, back to net. Thanks to Miss Vicky and everybody behind the scenes as well.
All right, thank you, Scott. Yep, that's how I lean these days. Give me a classic luxury car. How about Roger in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, N4RHE? Good morning.
KABAC, good morning, Al. And to your neighbor across the field, thank you for Volume 30, November 4, Romeo Teleco. My ears hear the question as, would I rather have used or new? New wins every time. Wonder how KO4QMN will land. November 4, Roger Hamilton. Return to that.
All righty, thank you, Roger. Yeah, I think I got a good idea how he's going to respond. KC5, CPO, Dave in Burleson, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning, Al and Vicky and the rest of the Brew Crew. Since I office out of my car, give me the luxury, preferably one that self-drives and doesn't take gas. Back to you, Net, KC5 CPO.
All righty, thank you, Dave. Yeah, that's a good reason to have a luxury car. Next up, another one of our team members here, W2KJB, Tony in Homosassa. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, Al. Hope everyone's doing good today. Give me a classic car. I had an old 78 Cutlass Supreme. That was a nice car. Hope everyone has a great day. Back to you, Al. W2KJB.
All right, thank you, Tony. Good day. Let's go to N8, HLN, Mike, Michigan. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, and the crew. 76 degrees and hazy this morning. They say it's going to be a hot one. As to the cars I've already owned, what is in my mind a classic already in the form of a Datsun 280Z, I think I'll take the new one now. Everyone have a great day, HLN.
Yes, sir. It's going to get a little warm out there the next 48 hours. Stay hydrated and stay in the shade. Have a good day, Mike. WE2A, Pat, in New York. You're up next. Good morning.
Well,
Well, good morning. And, yeah, I'm not in New York today. I'm working. Just went through Davenport, Iowa, and, excuse me, going up to unload, reload, and then head back to New York. But, yeah, I'm a classic kind of guy. And, you know, because I live out in the doors. I love those. That'd be my road trip. And then a good early 70s F-250 with four-wheel drive and a good V8 in it. And I hate the check engine light. I hate catalytic converters. And I hate not being able to at least do most of the repairs myself. So that's what I got. W2A.
All righty, thank you, Pat. Yeah, there's something to be said about just a basic engine transmission differential setup with not a lot of frills. How about N1 WEB Webb in Collierville, Tennessee? Good morning.
Thank you, Al and Vicki. Yeah, put me down for a classic. An old F-150 pickup truck would be great. And this question today put a song in my mind. Can't get it out of my head now. That One Piece at a Time by Johnny Cash. I can't get it out of my head. N1 WEB, back to the net.
All righty, thank you, Webb. I've seen a few classic cars that are kind of like that, too. A little bit of every year. Have a good day. K9 XOK Pat in Northbrook, Illinois. You're next. Good morning.
Good morning, Al and Vicki, everyone on the Brew crew. I had a show car, a 55 Chevy Bel Air, and got an offer for it I couldn't refuse, so I let it go. As far as having the car, I'd like to have an electric Lexus. And enjoyed the net last night. It was definitely a hit. I'll be there for that. Also, I'd like the magazine. My current email is on my bio on QRZ. I tried to change it in the email section, but it just wouldn't. I just couldn't get to it. Very simple email for the magazine. My email is mcdermott9@mail.com. Thanks so much for doing a wonderful net. Good morning to all from K9XOK.
Thank you, Pat. Have a good day. Let's go to N5ABN Victor in Chandler, Oklahoma. Good morning.
Good morning to the Brew crew. Al, Vicki, Scott, you guys are doing a wonderful job. This is my second time on the Brew crew, and I've been enjoying listening to y'all talk. And as far as the question is concerned, I currently have a 2023 Toyota Corolla XSE for my wife. I run a 07 Tundra. I like my Tundra better, and the older, the sweeter. Give me a Ford Pinto, an AMC Concord, the old 80 Toyota Celica, or maybe even a Gremlin. Something you have to slam the door to put more oil in it than gas to boogie down the road. It's Victor, November 5, Alpha Bravo November, handing a net back over. 73s and salutations. Everyone, be safe, and amen.
All right, thank you, Victor. I'm glad you enjoy it. Man, don't be a stranger. It's a good way to start the day. Next up, another one of our team members here, KO4QMM, Roger in Umatilla, Florida. Good morning, Roger.
Good morning, Al, Vicki, and the Brew crew, and good morning to you too, Roger Ham enthusiast. You can put me down for classic for sure. You give me one of them old 70s Cadillacs, oh my goodness. You can't even get that kind of comfort out of a recliner now. Them things were so nice and reliable, go forever. My dad and my uncle had them, so I just kept going through my mind this morning. I'd take, you talk about luxury. Back to you, Al. I could go on and on. KO4QMM clear.
All righty, thank you, Roger. And more than anything, it's the float. You try to describe that feeling to any of the kids, they don't get it. But very few people in this day and age have experienced the float of a classic luxury car. All righty, we got some more text check-ins rolling in. QSAL Sale, one of our teammates here in Cheektowaga, New York. We got KD4CHT, Alan in Princeton, North Carolina, and WA8CLG, Doug in Homosassa, Florida. Let's add to that list. Anybody, anywhere, company call signs twice and slowly.
Charlie, Julia, Mike, W2, CJM, Mobile, Mobile. CJM, Mobile.
November 3, Mike Delta Charlie. November 3, Mike Delta Charlie, pedestrian mobile.
Kilowatt 9 Tango Bravo Delta, K9 TBD.
Kilo Foxtrot 2 Whiskey Victor. Kilo Foxtrot 2 Whiskey Victor. Warren in Ilion, New York.
Romeo 4 Lima Golf Quebec. Kilo Romeo 4 Lima Golf Quebec.
KR4 HPQ, Kilo Romeo 4 Hotel Bravo Quebec, in and out.
Charlie 2, Uniform Victor, Quebec. Kilo Charlie 2, Uniform Victor, Quebec.
Oscar 4, Mike Kilo. Kilo Oscar 4, Mike Kilo, in and out.
Kilo, Quebec 4, Golf Whiskey Oscar. Kilo, Quebec, Golf Whiskey Oscar. Kilo, Quebec 4, Golf Whiskey Oscar.
Alpha Delta 1 Delta Alpha. Alpha Delta 1 Delta Alpha, in and out.
All righty, we'll hold her up right there. That's a pretty good little list. First of all, in and out stations, AD1DA, Doug, Texas, KO4MMK, Jeff, Apopka, Florida. Guys, thanks for checking in this morning. Have yourselves a great day. Let's see here. Let's go down to the very bottom. We got some text check-ins here. We got AB4KT Kenneth in the Villages, Florida. We got KQ4GWO William, Wake Forest, North Carolina. KC2UVQ Phil, Valley Streams, New York. Got KF8 DJQ Bowling Green, Ohio. We got KR4HBQ Neil in Durham, North Carolina. KR4LGQ Richard, Keystone Heights, Florida. KF8DRC, our Detroit Rock City guy, Jack in Rochester, Michigan. KF2WB Warren in Ilion, New York. KC2JPQ Frank, Lancaster, New York. K9TBD Joel in Easton, Pennsylvania. MN3MDC Michael, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. W2BLT, another one of our team members here, Scott in Buffalo, New York. KB8PLB Chris in Novi, Michigan. He's mobile too. There was another one. It sounded like N2CJM. Was that a correct call sign, Harry, in Fort Lauderdale, possibly? If you could come back with your call sign just to verify, please.
Whiskey 2, Charlie, Julia, Mike.
We got that changed in here. Whiskey 2, Charlie, Juliet, Mike, Charles in Selden, New York. I thought that was you. You're mobile too. All right, let's get our mobile stations. Question of the day. Would you rather own a classic car or a brand luxury car? Let's go to Charles in Selden, New York. WCJM, good morning.
Classic car any day. A 65 Malibu, Chevy Malibu.
There you go. Got you down for classic. Have a good day, Charles. KB8, PLB, Chris in Novi, Michigan. Good morning.
Good morning to everyone on the Brew Crew. Put me down for classic. Always had my eye on a 76 Camaro. I would buy one if I had the chance. Everyone have a good week ahead. This is KB8 POV. Back to net.
I'm with you there, man. Mid-70s Camaros are pretty cool. Let's grab Michael in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, N3. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew. Well, first of all, I'd like to say I had a special surprise with me last night. Dave, KFA GTW, checked in with me last night when I was running my net. And I was surprised he checked in with me last night. It's not unusual I get check-ins from other nets to check in with me, but as far as your question goes, I take a luxury car any day. I love to own a fancy luxury Bugatti. Those things are $2 million. I'll never own a Bugatti, so that's the kind of car I love to have. I would love to own a Bugatti. Back to the control in 3MD City.
That's a good point. All you got to do is have somebody give you that $2 million to buy one. Have a good day, Michael. Okay, let's jump up to the top of the list and go to WA8CLG, Doug in Homosassa. Good morning, Doug.
Gee, good morning, everyone. And it would have to be, at this day and age, a new car for me. But I'll have to admit, there are times when I wished I still had my 68 Mustang convertible. And everybody have a good day. Back to you, Al.
All right. Thank you, Doug. Have a good day. KD4CHT, Allen in Princeton, North Carolina. You're up next. Good morning.
Good morning, Brew Crew, and Al and Vicky doing the logging. The answer to the question this morning will be a classic car, 1969 Chevelle Super Sport, 386 engine in it. Back to net, KD4CHT.
Oh, yeah, those are beautiful cars. Have a good day, Alan. Let's go to another one of our team members here, W2SAL, Sal in Cheektowaga. Good morning, Sal.
Good morning, Al, Miss Vicky, and all the Brew Crew that's out there. You got to put me down for a muscle car. No ifs, ands, or buts as far as that goes. And, Al, I know what you got to do here to get me to be that number 100. The other day you had me at 99. Today you got me at 101. I don't get it. I think you purposely do that to me. With that, I'm going to send it back to net control. W2 AJR and W2 BLT. We're waving our hands. 7-3, everyone.
Yeah, we do that stuff on purpose because we like to mess with you, Sal. Have a good day. Let's go to Andy, W2 AJR in Cheektowaga. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning. Particularly better this morning is if I was 100 instead of Sal. Definitely going to be a classic luxury car. An old Cadillac or an old Lincoln or who knows, something along those lines. Old Oldsmobile. Those would be awesome. Those cars, like you said, they floated, and there's nothing like that feeling. 7-3, everybody. Back to you, Al.
All righty, thank you, Andy. And don't forget the Buick Riviera. My goodness, those are beautiful cars. Let's jump down to another one of our team members here, W2BLT Scott Buffalo. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Al, and everybody on the net. For me, probably a luxury car. Something big, some big boat of some kind. Everybody have a good day, and we'll see everybody on the TechNet tonight at 8 o'clock. This is W2BLT.
All righty, thank you, Scott. Have a good day, sir. How about K9 TBD Joel in Easton, Pennsylvania? Good morning, Joel.
Good morning, Scott and the crew. I tell you what, I prefer any car that drives nicely. A luxury car for me, however, I quit working on cars when I changed engines in my 49 Plymouth. I could get my buddy in with a lawn chair in the same engine compartment while we worked on it. And back to net, K9 TBD.
I know what you're talking about. There's certain cars out there you could crawl right into the engine compartment and work on the engine standing up. Have a good day. How about KC2JPQ Frank in Lancaster, New York? Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Al and Vicky and everybody on the Brew. Interesting question. I go for a luxury car today. I've had a lot of muscle cars over the years, and I was just thinking of all the snow and stuff like that, driving rear-wheel drive cars and stuff like that. I would just prefer a luxury car. So everybody have a great day. I'll send it back to net KC2JPQ.
All right, thank you, Frank. Have a good day, sir. This is Al, K8BAC, along with Vicky, K8VKY, logging for me, keep me out of trouble. Just a reminder, question of the day, would you rather own a classic car or a brand new luxury car? Let's keep going down. Let's go to KF2WV. Warren, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. This is KF2WV, and I'm going to mess it all up here. I would like an older car that's also a luxury car. I had a 1973 Cadillac Eldorado that was pre-catalytic converter and a 500 cubic inch engine in it. Boy, when you step on it and drop down the gear and the secondaries and slam open on the carburetor, it sounds like you were in a NASCAR. But it was pure luxury, and you could lay across the front seat when you put the armrest up, and you wouldn't even have to put your feet up on the windowsill to fit. Nice car. So with that, I'll turn it back to net control. This is KF2WV.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Have yourself a good day, Warren. Let's go to our Detroit Rock City guy, KF8DRC. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, Al. Good morning, Vicky and all. Yes, I like classic car, 69 GTO. That was my favorite car. And I sold it, made a lot of money in it. And have a good day, Al and Vicky. KF8, Detroit Rock City.
All righty, thank you. Stay on the cool side of the door the next 2 days, buddy. It's going to get pretty evil out there. Let's go to KR4LGQ, Richard in Keystone Heights, Florida. Morning, Richard.
Good morning, Al, and the rest of the net. Classic cars for me. I had a 1970 455 Buick Grand Sport with a 4-speed headers and all kinds of engine work done. And I wish I had it back now. Back to you, over.
Oh, yeah, sounds like a good one. All right, thanks, Richard. Have a good day. KR4HBQ, Neil in Durham, North Carolina. Good morning. KR4HBQ. Neil, are you with us? Hey, hear nothing. We'll put him in and out. Let's go to KF8DJQ, Kevin in Bowling Green. Good morning, Kevin.
Hey, good morning, Al. Good morning, Vicky. Everybody on the net this morning. Classic, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I've had a few of them come and go, and they're just nothing like it. KF8 DJQ, back to net. Y'all have a good day.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Have yourself a wonderful day. The KC2DQ, Phil in Valley Stream, New York. Good morning, Phil.
On the morning brew. As much as I love my 69 Chevelle, with the ease of working under the hood, and I kind of wish I still had it, I'd have to go with luxury for everyday use. This is KC2UBQ.
All right, thank you, Phil. Great day. Next up, for GWO William in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Good morning.
Good morning, Air Control. This is Kilo Quebec 4, Golf Whiskey Oscar, waiting around beautiful, wet, and we are happy, Wake Forest, North Carolina, because we needed the rain. I'm like the last gentleman, 8%. If you, also good morning to everybody on the brew. If you're a retired gentleman like me and still driving, the newer cars with the lane change, the emergency brake, the blind spots, all that kind of stuff, I mean, it's heaven sent. I would love to have an old electric car, GTO, Mustang Sally, yeah. But for everyday use, the cars they make today is perfect for an old dude like me. Yep. So I'm going to say new up-to-date models with blind spot, lane change, emergency braking, Siri's talking to me. Give me a new car. 73, everybody have a super fine day. This is Kilo Quebec 4, Golf Whiskey Oscar, William around beautiful and wet, and we loving it. Wake Forest, North Carolina, 73s.
All right, thank you, William. Yeah, a lot of them gadgets are pretty handy these days. Have yourself a great day. Finally on this list, AB4KT, Kenneth in the Villages, Florida. Good morning, Kenneth.
From the Villages, Florida, this is AB4KT. Yeah, that question is kind of a dilemma for me. I have no interest whatsoever in classic cars, and I don't want a luxury new car. I wish that they would come out with just a car without all the gadgets and without the couch-like seating and all that. Just a car that will just go from point A to point B with an engine in it. But I guess since you only offer two choices, it would be the new car.
All right, we got you down for a new vehicle. And yeah, when I buy a truck, I usually seek out a work truck. Because if you get a work truck, something that's usually made for fleets, you get a stripped down version of everything with just the basics. Maybe some AC, and that's all I want. All right, that takes us down to the bottom of the... Let's start another one. This is Al, KABAC, along with Vicky, KE8BKY, on the logbook. Let's do anybody, anywhere, company call signs twice and slowly.
Echo 7 Mike Romeo, Alpha Echo 7 Mike Romeo, Johnson City, Oregon.
Number 4, Kilo Hotel Zulu, N4 kilohertz. I'll be in and out.
Kilo 4, Delta India Yankee, Mobile. Kilo 4, Delta India Yankee, Mobile.
3, Mike Papa Echo and 3 MPE.
Charlie 3 Lima Alpha Victor KP3 LAV.
W4KNS.
C2 KHT Kilo Charlie 2 Kilo Hotel Tango.
Alrighty, that's a pretty good little list. We got KC2KHT Henry in East Islip, New York. W4KNS Mark in Orlando, Florida was in and out, along with N4KHZ John in Rochester, New York. Guys, have a great day. Thanks for checking in. Got KC3LAV Mike in Lidditz, Pennsylvania. N3MPE Sam in Pflugerville, Texas. I think he was mobile, along with KK4 DIY Gene in Homosassa, Florida. Let's see. We've got KE7MR Philip in Conroe, Texas. Looks like he's new to the system. And if you are new to the system, you will receive a welcome letter if you have a valid email address in QRZ. We invite you to check out EastCoastReflector.com for a wealth of information, including the latest release of the ECR magazine, one of the best publications in the ham radio world. We got N8MJN Marson in Sterling Heights, Michigan. He's usually on the road, so we're going to act like he's mobile. And WW0N Kenny in Germantown, Maryland. Question of the day, guys. Would you rather own a classic car or a brand new luxury car? Let's head down N8MJN. Good morning, Marson.
Hey, good morning, Al. Good morning, Vicky. Everybody on the Morning Groove. This is N8MJN in the mobile. If there is such a thing as a luxury pickup truck, which I'm pretty sure nowadays there is, that's my choice for an everyday vehicle. Now, if it's a secondary vehicle, a classic car, they are beautiful. There's history there, and I love them. But wouldn't be an everyday driver. That said, I'll send it back to Net Control. Everybody have a great day. 73 N8MJN Mobile.
Well, Marson, I learned years ago that a pickup truck with all the options is called a cowboy Cadillac. Let's see. Let's go to Gene in Homosassa, Florida, KK4DI. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. KK4 DIY. And I think as much as I love classic cars, a brand new luxury car would be great. I drive something like that now, and I would miss all the gadgetry. So thanks a lot. KK4 DIY, luxury cars.
All right, thank you, Gene. How about N3MPE Sam in Pflugerville, Texas? Good morning.
Good morning, Al. Good morning, everybody on the Brew crew. Excuse me. Oh my! See, I would probably rather own a classic car. I got mixed emotions about this. Obviously, everybody wants a new car. I don't like. The gadgets are cool, you know. So in the Star Trek kind of car, it's okay, but I just want basic functions. And I just thought, that's how I am. I'd rather have a stick shift. That's how plain Jane I am. This is N3MPE Pflugerville today.
All righty, thanks, Sam. Have a good day. Let's see. K5YNU just checked in via text. Florin in Conroe. He's usually mobile, so let's grab him. K5YNU, good morning.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, everyone on the Morning Brew crew. Well, depends. I don't know. I want, for an everyday car, a luxury one because it has all the gadgets, but a classic will go. I'm between. But I will go with the luxury just because of everyday commute. You want to have a blessed day. It's pouring in Conroe, Texas. A lot of rain
this day for us, and I hope everyone have a blessed day. K5Y in your mobile.
All right, thank you, Florin. Yeah, I hear you guys getting a lot of rain down there, so be careful out there. Let's go back up to the top of the list and get WW0N Kenny in Germantown, Maryland. Good morning, Kenny.
Well, good morning, Al, Vicky, and everybody else. Sign me up for a luxury car. One of the new ones, nice comfortable ride, nice long distances. Yep, every gadget that we have. So this is WW0N. Have a wonderful day.
All right. The caveat I'd have is as long as somebody else has to work on it. I deal with that too much at work already. How about KE7MR, Philip in Conroe, Texas? Come on.
Alpha Echo 7 Mike Romeo, Junction City, Oregon. I don't remember hearing anything.
Is that who that was? Alpha Echo 7 Mike Romeo, this is Terry. How you doing this morning, Terry? Go ahead. What would you rather have?
Mike Romeo. Well, I'm RV puller, so it would be a truck. My current truck is a 67 B200, 3/4 ton slash 1 ton. And I have a Dodge Ram van that was supposed to become my hand jack, my mobile hand jack. My first car was an old 88 four-door 1958. First car I ever broke the 100-mile-an-hour mark. I was 15. My dad was in the car and he says, "Let's see what this thing will do." And I scared the water right out of him. We went around through the Westford Spur, and by the time we got to Hemlock, I was doing 130 at age 15 with only a permit. How about that? But my favorite car was my 69 Datsun Roadster. Alpha Echo 7 Mike Romeo, back to the group. Nice to hear everybody out there. Alpha Echo 7 Mike Romeo, back.
All right, thank you, sir. We got you down. Have a great day. How about KC3LAB, Mike in Lidditz, Pennsylvania?
Brand new luxury. Thank you very much. Back to net control. We're standing by.
Next up, KC2KHT Henry in East Islip, New York. Good morning, Henry.
This is KC2KHT, and put me down for a classic. My father and my brother were growing up cars. I worked on electronic stuff, so I don't like to work on cars, and I have no clue what I'm doing. So I prefer the brand new with the warranty. Somebody else do the work. So back to the net, KC2KHT.
All right, we got you down for a look. Have a great day. KB2 UDB Mike in St. Florida, W2EM Chuck in Lancaster, New York, and KM4 CTB Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, checking in via text. Let's get a couple more in there to wrap this baby up. If you want to get in, company call signs twice and slowly.
Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta.
Golf Hotel India.
KQ4 or YYN recheck. KQ4 or YYN on the recheck.
Alrighty, well, we'll hold it up right there. From the bottom up, we got KQ4 YYN Joe of Franklin, Georgia, rechecking in. KA4 GHI Allen in Hopkins, Kentucky. We got KC3 FGD Ray in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. I think we got the rest here. Let's jump down to Joe, KQ4 YYN in Franklin, Georgia. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Mr. Al, and good morning, Mr. Vicky. Still classic cars, but there's a lot to be said about these new cars, and a lot of these new car payments. But now that being said, I've not heard anybody mention the Torino, the Cobra, what is that, 428, 429 Cobra Jet. Those were some super fast cars. I had an uncle that had one, and every time he drove it, he'd have to call the local Air Force base, the military base, to get clearance. And if you ask why, because that was a low-flying jet. But anyway, that's all I've got. Now back to you. I just wanted to mention that Torino. It's KQ4 YYN. Back to you, sir.
All righty, thank you, Joe. And I know where one of those is sitting right now. It's just across the field, about 5 miles from me. Grew up with that guy, and he's still got it sitting in his garage. Let's go up to Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, K4 CTB. Good morning, Donnie.
Well, good morning, Al, Vicky, and everybody on the net. KM4 CTB, Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Wife and I take Classic. We got enough. We got an SUV for something that's luxurious, if you want to call it that. But we'll take another Classic anytime. Thanks for doing it, Al. Have a great day. KM4 CTB, back to net.
All right, thank you, Donnie. Have yourself a good day. Next up, W2EM Chuck in Lancaster, New York. Good morning.
Oh, Vicky, speaking of Torinos, I was a car salesman for a short period of time, and I drove that car. That thing was amazing, but what I liked even better was the Mustang. That Mustang, I took one out, it had 6 miles on it, and I blew a Super B off at the next sales were very long after that. A luxury car. I want to know if where's the jar, I want the air conditioning and all that. So put me down for luxury. Back to net, W2EM.
All righty, thank you, Chuck. We got you down for luxury car. Have a good day, sir. Next up, KB2UDB, Mike in Sabring, Florida. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, and the Brew. I'm going to have to go with luxury. I do like the classics, though, but I had more room to work on the engines when you had to work on. But we'll go with the luxury. Thanks for picking me up today. We'll talk to you all later. Hope all is well. KB2UDB, back to net.
All righty, thank you, Mike. Have a good day. Next up, KC3FGD, Ray in Elizabethtown. Good morning, Ray.
Hey, good morning, Al. Everyone on the net. Hey, the luxury for me. I want all the bells and whistles. Everyone have a great day. Back to net.
All righty, got you down for luxury car, Ray. Have a good day. Next up, KA4 GHI Allen in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to everybody on the net. I have to go with luxury. You know, at my age and being retired, we got to luxury now. So, back to that, K4 GHI.
All right, got you down for luxury. Yeah, that's good logic. Getting where it's kind of hurts the next. On it. We got WB1 DXN Daryl in Concord, New Hampshire. Good morning, Daryl. Would you rather own a classic car or a brand new luxury car?
Good morning, Vicki and Al and the rest of the Brew crew as I rode in on the commuter text train from the Granite State. By a luxury car, and if you think of all kinds of bells and whistles and everything else, no, but I just as soon have a new car with some of the newer safety items, not that you should rely upon those to begin with. So I guess in this case I've got to go to the luxury type. Everybody have a good day, and talk with y'all on the exit. Keep safe.
All right, thank you, Daryl. And with that, this wraps up another round of the East Coast Reflector Morning Brew. Everybody have a great, safe, and stay hydrated type of day. And we'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. This is Al, KABAC, along with Scott, N7FGP, and Vicky, KABKY, logging for us and keeping us out of trouble. We now return the East Coast Reflector to normal amateur radio use. 73, everybody.
Mike Romeo, Cleveland 444-450, Eugene, Oregon. Have a great radio day, all. I'll be able to Mike Romeo out, clear and secure for the day.